Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. I'd love if you'd hit that subscribe button before leaving, and let's go ahead and get started. So today's video I'm super excited to do. I'm partnering up with Kelly from GlamWithKelly. I will put all of her information down below in the caption. But both of us decided that we wanted to do a Valentine makeup look with nothing new. So all the products I'm going to share, none of them are new to me. If you have them, you could do it with me. Otherwise, we wanted to share with you in case you are interested in getting any before Valentine's Day. Okay, so I have nothing on my face right now. I wanted to share with you the reason why my face is like just naturally glowing is this product I've been using. It's from Amazon. It is 20% glycolic acid pads. I only use it like once every other week. I just wipe it all over my face after a shower, and it just makes my skin look amazing. So I highly, highly recommend these if you have not tried them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my CeraVe PM lotion on. I just do 2 pumps. The reason why I like the PM is because it does not have any sunscreen in it, whereas the AM does. I was gonna actually share with you the sunscreen that I've been using, but I can't find it. So we're gonna skip that. All right, the next thing we're going to do, I have talked so much about this foundation. I have a video on it. I'll link it down below if you've never seen it. The video is from a couple years ago, but it is still a phenomenal drugstore foundation. It is my everyday go-to foundation. I love it. So this is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Tint in the shade Natural Ivory. It does have a doe foot wand. That's like the only downside I feel like to this foundation. I just go ahead and put it on, and then I use my favorite IT Cosmetics foundation brush. I also put this on with a sponge. Just lately, I don't know why I started using a brush, so I figured I would just do that because it's what I've been doing. So I'm curious down in the comments below if you have anything planned for Valentine's Day, what you plan on doing. It is actually my husband's birthday. So do you usually guys go in or do you stay home? I'd love for you to comment down below. All right, I generally just put 2 like kind of stripes on each side of my face, and then as you see, I do swirling motions to blend it in, but it just gives your skin, I mean, I know it says it's a tint, but to be honest with you, I mean, here's this side done, and I have not done my forehead or anywhere else. I think it covers pretty well. Like, it's definitely a light to medium coverage, but it just makes your skin look so beautiful and just perfected. All right, so then I just do 2 up here, and I'll blend that in as well. I'd love to know what your go-to favorite foundation is right now. So if you would like to share that in the comments, I've been wanting to try out some different foundations. I know always new foundations are coming out, but I haven't really seen any that I've been like super impressed with or wanting to try. So I'd love to know what you guys think down below. All right, so then I just put 2 stripes here, and I'll take it all the way down my neck and just blend it in. All right, if you hear any sound, it's because my husband is working, so hopefully you don't. One thing, this might seem a little weird to you, but I've been using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for my all over face powder. I don't know how many of you have tried this, but it looks so beautiful, and it actually like kind of brightens up my face, because this color right now is the color I wore all year long, but it's actually a little dark, which is not normal for me, but I haven't really been out in the sun. So this helps to lighten it up, but it looks so pretty on the skin. So I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques brush and just kind of lightly dust it all over my face. So If you have this powder, try using it as an all over face powder, because it's almost like you're using a highlighter all in one. There we go. See, it just brightened it up and lightened it up a little bit, and also kind of added a natural sheen to my eye. I'm going to take my smaller Real Techniques brush, just gonna dip it in, and then I also make sure that it sets really well underneath the eye. And I always put it on my eyelid so I don't have any creasing of my foundation while I'm doing my eyes. Okay? So you definitely have to try that if you have this powder. All right, the next thing, I have talked and talked and talked about this Bare Minerals palette. I hope it's still in stock. I will link it down below if it is. It was one that was for Christmas, and it's so beautiful. If you have not picked this up and it's still in stock, I highly recommend that you grab this. These two on the end are blushes, which are very, very pigmented. But everything blends just so beautifully, and the colors are just gorgeous. So I'm going to use it today for our Valentine look. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this blush down here, and I'm gonna use my Real Techniques blush brush. But look at that. I mean, I literally just pressed it in, and that's how much color you get from it. It's very, very pigmented. It's really pretty. There we go. And then what I like to do is use a big fluffy clean brush and just do kind of swirling motions so it blends in a little bit more and it doesn't look like such a harsh line because of how pigmented it is. Here we go. All right, for my eyes, I'm actually gonna start with my eyeliner. I'm going to use the Maybelline Unstoppable because I wanna show you how you can use this to be a smoky look. So I'm just gonna line it on my top. Now, you don't have to be perfect with it because you're gonna be using a smudge brush to smudge it out. So don't worry if your line is not like super perfect. I'm doing this. Also, if you don't want to use eyeliner, you could use the dark colors in this palette with an angled brush. Okay, so I'm going to use my smudge brush. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna blend that eyeliner and also kind of like feather it out. So I'll show you the difference between the two sides. So here's where I just put the eyeliner on, and here's where I did the smudging. As you can see, it's much more of a natural and not as dark and harsh. So let's go ahead and do it on this side. All right, I have to tell you, Kelly and I have actually been following each other on YouTube for several years, I guess. So we really like each other's channels, and it was really fun to think to do this together. So I'm really excited about that. This one is not as dark, so I'm gonna add a little bit more color and then blend it out. So when she asked me about doing a collab video together, I was super excited. Okay, so let's go in and we're gonna make it kind of more of a pinky mauve kind of tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one right here. And I'm going to use just one of my eyeshadow brushes. This is a set that I got off of Amazon, and it is comparable to like Morphe brushes or Sigma. So I will link it down below because I want to say like the whole set is under $10. I mean, it's amazing. But I'm not even putting much on my brush, and it's just these shadows have so much pigment to them. And I love that they have a little bit of sheen. They're not shimmery, but look how pretty that is. It just all blends so nicely together. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and this white is actually very white. So I always dip a little bit into this kind of like peachy tone and the white together to kind of mix them on my eyelid for below my brow, so it's not so bright. See how the white just kind of like pops up? It's a very bright white. So I mix those two together to highlight underneath my brow bone. These shadows just really show up. You can see how they're just beautiful. All right, and then I want to, because it's Valentine's Day, make it look a little bit more sultry. So I'm gonna go in with like this plum raisin color, but I'm going to use a smaller brush. I want it to be a little bit more precise to kind of do an outer V and add a little bit of depth to the eye. And like I said, since these shadows are so pigmented, you really wanna do this, especially with this palette, with a light hand when you're going in to pick up those colors. I barely press this in there and you can see how much color I'm getting from it. I mean, I'm not even like pressing hard to pick up this color. When Kelly and I were talking, she was talking about how she also has really been loving her Bare Minerals, and both of us have been wearing Bare Minerals for so many years. It was like one of the first makeup companies that we bought from like an infomercial when it first came out, and it used to be, what was it, Bare Essentials, before it turned into Bare Minerals, or was it the other way around? All right, so there's the eye look. Then I'm just going in with my NYX. This is in the shade Ash Brown to do my eyebrows. I always use the spoolie side and I just brush up, and then I'll use the other side to go ahead and I just quickly, don't push down really hard, quickly draw hair-like motions so it looks more natural, because I don't want it to look drawn on or dark. I just want it to fill in where I have like sparse hairs. All right, I'm gonna do the other side, just using a very light hand, drawing hair-like motions and kind of moving quickly, so I'm not pressing down or making it look like it's drawn in. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then I take this spoolie side again and I just brush it up into there so it looks more natural and so it all blends together. All right, next, I've really been enjoying this Control Freak. If you haven't used it to keep your eyebrows set, it is clear. So I just go ahead and go right over what I did, and it just sets down your eyebrows so that they don't move. And then I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes because I always do that. Okay, and the combination I have been using and loving, I got this at Christmas time, was the Lash Paradise base and the Lash Paradise mascara. They work so well together. I remember when I first tried out the Lash Paradise, I was not a fan because I had it transfer, but I find if you use the primer with it, it does not transfer. So I love the length and the volume it gives, and I'm happy that it does not transfer when using the primer. All right, and then I just put one coat of the primer, and now I'm gonna move on to the mascara. So if you tried it and also did not like it at first, if you had problems with it transferring, try using, if you have another primer, or try buying this primer to go with it. I mean, look at the difference. It's a really good mascara, and I was so bummed when I first tried it that it transferred. But I have not had that problem, and I've been wearing it for, well, since Christmas, and it's been doing great over the last couple weeks. Look at that. I love that it's nice and bold, it elongates your lashes, does everything that I want in a mascara, and the price point is really good. All right, I'm just going back over with one more coat to make it a little bit more defined and bold. All right, there we go. Make both sides, make sure they look even. Look at that, I just love it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end. I love these Maybelline lifter glosses. This is in the shade Topaz. It is such a beautiful, beautiful formula. I have not tried the Fenty lip gloss, but I heard that it's a really good rival to it. It's like a minty cupcake taste. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end my look with the all-nighter spray just to keep it all in place. And there we go. So here is my finished Valentine Day look with nothing new. I was super excited to do this in collab with GlamWithKelly. So if you haven't seen her video yet, head on over to her channel as well and check her out and let her know that you watched my video. And I'd love to know in the comments down below what products that I used that you loved, and if you tried this look. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Bye guys.